When looking for the king of podcasts, you're at the wrong channel.
Well, excuse me!
Looking for good ideas for life? You're far from good hands.
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
If you think the listener is always right, you're far from the right place.
Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works!
Hosted by a Northeasterner by birth, but a rebel by choice.
Are you threatening me?
If you want a host that floats between love and madness,
and we know the night is always gonna be here anyway. Thinking of you's working up my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight.
then play on and listen to Crazy Train Radio.
All right, guys, listen to some blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
Within the gaming world, there are your general gamers, but then there are those that enjoy the dark underbelly of gaming. If you're one of those that enjoy the dark underbelly of gaming, we certainly got the place to send you. Scorpion Lair Games. That's right, Scorpion Lair Games is the creators of the true crime hit Killers, the card game. Let's not forget they also have Killers Clothing Company, their profiler game, and things like the 5-Minute Murder channel on YouTube. And we certainly can't forget the new book that is certainly a hit, Beyond the Headliners, True Crimes, Myths, and Legends. Make sure you visit Jeff and the Scorpion Lair Games on Facebook and everywhere today.
My name is Dean Redman, and you're listening to Crazy Train Radio.
Hey folks, it's your least favorite host in the podcast world, Croc, Jonathan Steele. And boy, do we have a good one for you today.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are going to have a little fun here today because these two gentlemen with us are set to host the upcoming Hollywood North International Film Festival in Vancouver, coming up in January 2025, which is just a few weeks away, folks. The festival will open up on January 11th and will run until February 8th. And in between that time, there will be the Grand Awards Gala, which takes place on January 25th at the HR McMillan Space Centre right there in Vancouver. So why don't we go ahead and say hello to Marc and Dean. So first of all, welcome, gentlemen. How are you guys doing? How are we holding up with the excitement with all the prep work for this festival?
It's going very good.
The panic.
Yeah, we are. We're outing a lot of fires and starting some too. So it's been a very good learning process for both of us. So it's exciting, very exciting.
And we're in the final stretch, so it's all about getting the last details of the organization sorted out. So it's fun.
So, is this the first year of the event, or?
No, we started in 2023, and that was in December of 2023, which was December 16th, which was basically 1 week before Christmas, which was, not the greatest time to have a festival, but we got through it, and now that we've got a better date and a bigger venue, we're looking forward to having a bigger show.
So I should mention that Mark is from 4+1 Events and
Correct.
is a festival coordinator. Dean is helping run the event. He's a judge as well. And with everything for this event, the gala, the tickets, just all nuts and bolts of everything, I'm going to have links attached to all versions of this so people can go and get directions and see what's what for everything. But when I was doing some reading this morning, prepping, I'm curious to know. Obviously, I said the dates are from the 11th until February 8th.
Right.
But why would we have the award gala on the 25th when we still got about a week or so left of the event?
Mark can answer that question for you.
Absolutely.
Many people have asked us, but it's he'll explain it to you.
So basically, the festival runs for 4 weeks. The 2 first weeks will be, everything is online. All the screening is done online. And it's for free, so anyone can go watch it. The reason why we wanted to extend the screening for an extra 2 weeks is because after the award ceremony, once we know the winners, once we know all the nominees, I want people to be able to take the time and go watch those movies. So it doesn't end at the ceremony. You actually have another 2 weeks to go on and see what those movies you want.
The winners.
That's right.
And all of the other entries as well.
Well, makes perfect sense. But so obviously this event is set up to honor a diverse emerging collective of artists for a complete international stage, which I know is to be true because of talking with Mark why Dean was getting set up. He is currently in France. I hope I can say that publicly. But, he's doing it. Mark and his family are doing the world tour circuit. And no, they're not doing the world tour circuit of Hot Wings. But, so obviously you guys are also trying to encourage the growth of the global network within the fast community of the industry, so they can feel accessible both in and out of the film world. So when we were deciding on how this event should go and what do we want to focus on and just the whole kit and caboodle, where do we start? Because it just seems like when I think about it, never have put on a big festival like that. How do we begin to make so many decisions?
I can
trial and error. Basically, trial and error. Our main goal is, and for example, so I'm the lead judge and host, MC of the event, and I've been an actor for about 20 years, and I found that it was just very hard to being in Canada. Canada is majorly an American film industry. We cater to the American film industry, and most of the shows that are made in Canada are American American productions. They're put together in the States, and then they're assembled in Vancouver, up here in Vancouver, Hollywood North. But I just found that working in Vancouver, a lot of the times in film, we would have to disguise Vancouver as New York or Chicago or LA. And now that Vancouver is growing, we're wanting to attract attention from around the world to Vancouver. But as a filmmaker outside of the American machine, it is hard to get your productions on a very super high level. So what we're trying to do is encourage people from all places in the world, all 52, where we had entries from 52 countries around the world last year. We're trying to encourage people to give them an opportunity that they may not necessarily had otherwise.
And
Also,
if I may jump on what
please.
Dean said, to me, the way it starts, I mean, I'm a project manager and I've been running events for quite a while now. It always starts with who we are first. Dean and I, we've known each other for years now, and it's really all about our values, what we believe in. And from that, we know what we want to build on. We want it to be accessible for as many people as possible. So therefore, we're going to do it. We have a strong presence online. We want it to be inclusive of everyone. So we wanted to make sure that we got representation from as many countries as possible. We want it to be, there's a lot of, I want it to be free. I wanted it to be, it's basically us first. And then we kind of build around who we are to kind of put pieces together and actually come up with a festival format that works and that fits who we are.
Well, it sounds like you guys are definitely trying to aim to engage industry professionals from around the globe, as well as the global audience. But I'm curious to know, because you guys would probably be able to answer this better than me. And I guess I would say I've been aware of a lot of things filming in Vancouver, as Dean said, maybe from the American side of things, hence the term Hollywood North.
Right.
Since I graduated high school in 2003, because some horror films I'm a fan of were shot in Vancouver. But I would say at least knowledge for the past 20 years or so that they've been doing. But I'm sure it's been done longer because of economics and tax breaks and
long time, yeah.
All that stuff. But what is it in general, would you guys be able to say, that attracts productions to Vancouver because whenever I talk to anybody who's worked in Vancouver or from the western side of Canada and such, everybody has positive things to say about living or working in that area. But what is it about that area that really seems to attract people besides the financial end?
Well, from my experience of working in 25 plus years in Vancouver, we have some amazing film crews. We're building, I think, about 80 new studios in Vancouver. We've got many studios. We've got Mammoth Studios. We've got Lionsgate Studios. What used to be North Shore. I really believe it's the crews that we have. People tend to really want to get along here in Vancouver. Not that people don't around other places in the world don't, but in my opinion, any film that ever gets made, to me, is a miracle, because there's so many things that can go wrong. There's so many different moving parts. But I think Canadians, we're known as like uxori and very docile people, but that's bullshit. I mean, excuse my language, but that
you could say it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is not true. We have some we have very hardworking crews. Some of the top shows in the world. Some of the main mega blockbusters have been made here in Vancouver. I've been many places around the world, and people have seen my resume, and a majority of them assume that I worked down in LA. Most of my credits on all the big movies I've done here were done or from Vancouver. So Vancouver is a very leading, cutting edge city organization, so to speak. We have tons of crews here, and they get along really well, and we work hard. Vancouver has hard working crews. We have good locations. We're a very progressive city. Wonderful people, and it's tax credit doesn't hurt either.
If I may add to that, it's also an amazing, beautiful location. You're right on the ocean. You got the mountains right there, just 10 minutes drive away. You got some landscape that you've got everything all in one place.
We've got Gastown. We've got we go downtown Vancouver. We've got older looking part of the city. We've got a brand new area of the city. There's Cole Harbor. When you drive into Vancouver from the airport, there is some very beautiful buildings that don't look like they should even be actual new buildings that don't look like they should be actually standing because of the architecture of them. But yeah, Vancouver is a world leader in film, as far as I'm concerned.
Sorry, within a few, like you can drive like 3 hours and you can get snow, you can get lakes, you get everything in just a few hours of driving distance.
Yeah, we got the mountains, we got yeah, everything. It's beautiful.
I'm sure you guys will be familiar with Whistler Mountain. That's where the Olympics were held during the Vancouver Olympic Games. That's just what, an hour?
Yeah, about an hour and a half away. Yeah.
Yeah, and this whole drive, it's Squamish is one of the places where a lot of films have been.
Yeah, we have strong unions here in Canada too. We've got the we've got ACTRA, the UBCP, we've got the DGC, IATSE. We've all got very strong unions that are all working together to keep our film industry strong, robust, and give it a lot of longevity, so to speak. But yeah, we're a world class. We're a world class city for film production. That's for sure.
Well, back with the festival.
Yep.
Yeah, back with the festival. What do you guys tend to see as far as entries? Is there a particular style, whether it be comedy, horror, drama, whatever it may be? Do you see a mixture, or is it one particular style you see entered so far?
I would say from what we've seen last year and where we are this year, it's really mixed of everything. We've got horror movies, we've got comedies, we've got dramas, we've got animations. There's definitely a bit of everything there. And what actually, one of the reasons why I really wanted to push forward this year is we've got movies coming from countries you didn't even know they would actually make movies, like Bangladesh, the Philippines, Nigeria, and the content of what we talk about, it's so far beyond what kind of we know in North America or in Europe. And it's I love that. I love to see what they want to talk about.
If you don't mind, Jonathan, I'd like to talk a little bit about our judges here that we have.
I was going to mention that, but go ahead. Or I had a question along that line, but maybe you can. Maybe you might have the answer to it with wanting to talk about the judges before I ask.
Okay,
so go ahead.
So I have a long list of judges that because I'm the lead judge, and I've chosen all of the judges that are on the panel, and all of these judges are people who I've worked with in the industry before and had such a wonderful time working with them. I said to myself, I'd really, really like to work with these people again. How can that happen? And as an actor, it's usually because you've been cast in another show that person, that cinematographer or that director or that other actor has worked on. So it was really wonderful for me to be able to create the opportunity for them to work with me rather than me working with them. You know what I mean? So we have 6 categories, and our first judge his name is an actor by the name of Mike Dilput, and that's for Best Actor. And then we have Corey Woods, who is an actor as well. She's the judge for Best Documentary. And then we have Katie Boland, who is she's a very good friend of mine. She's a wonderful director, wonderful person. She's the judge for Best Director. Then we have another good friend of mine, Sterling Bancroft, who is the judge for Best Cinematography. Carl Willem, who is a director for Ocean Studios here in Vancouver. I worked with him for over 20 years. I think I got one of my second jobs with him. He's the director for Best Cinematography, and for Best Animation. And then a wonderful lady by the name of Maritima Carlson, who is a lady who's a producer who's producing. I'm working with her on some future series and films that we're going to be doing together. Her name is her category is Best Student Film. And the other category is best people's choice, and that award will be given away by a cinematographer by the name of Jay Kamal. Did I answer your question, Jonathan?
No, but I'm kind of glad that you put that out there, because my question was going to be, well, it still is, with having such a diverse section for judges, both personally and professionally,
Yeah.
with having, doing so many different things. How do you guys set the standard for how you're going to judge and critique the different projects?
Well, I'll let Mark answer that, because we
Thank you.
both know.
Yeah, so we got our judges, of course, but we also got a team of about 20 pre-screeners.
Yay! Love the pre-screeners.
That's right. So the way we basically work is each film is being screened by 3 different people. They rate the film, and the top 15 of each category will then go to the judge. Keeping in mind that some of our movies could be from 2 minutes all the way to 40 minutes. On average, they're about 15 to 20 minutes. So that's kind of how we do the pre-screening process.
Okay, so listen, for those pre-screeners that may hear this, as we sit here, I only have about $120 US. There's a couple of projects I want you to push. Oh, wait, never mind. We can't do that. This is a fair and honorable show, and all kidding aside, and no, that's great that you have that.
Are those US dollars?
Yeah, US dollars. So.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no. All jokes aside, with that being said, so I'm curious to know, obviously they go through the process, the pre-screeners, everything then goes to the judges and all that fun stuff. So what exactly is the nominee announcement nights?
So what we decided to do, to kind of, because most of the screening will be done online. We want people to be able to do it from anywhere, so you don't have to be in Vancouver to see the movies. Yeah, go ahead, Ian.
Most of the screening, yes.
Yeah, most of the screening. We wanted to announce the nominees. Who's going to be, the 5 nominees that will be at the award ceremony to get the award. So what we wanted to do is basically have the judge announce the nominees, so they know, they can explain why they chose those 5 movies. And now we go back to what we talked about earlier about reaching out a wider audience than just the industry people. We want everyone to be able to understand, to have a better appreciation for movies. So this is why we really wanted our judges to explain why they chose those 5 nominees and answer any questions from anywhere in the world, because everything will be live streamed, to get, to really understand what goes beyond their judgment and choices. So that's what those nominated nights are.
Okay, so obviously that would be a part of the event day, which, like you mentioned, will be live streamed, allowing filmmakers worldwide to participate in the interactive Q&A sessions with the esteemed judges and network with industry professionals, but also possibly foster invaluable connections and discussions, nominee announcements, as you mentioned, and obviously the Grand Award ceremony that will take place on the 25th. So I guess to put a bow on things, I'm curious to know, because like I said, I've never run an operation like that, but what has been what's that?
It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. But what is the biggest hurdle that people might not think about? But when they go to the websites as well, HollywoodNorthFilmFestival.com, and/or to look at getting tickets, what is the biggest thing people will not realize hurdle-wise, but also what should they look forward to when they try to attend virtually or in person?
Do you mean specifically with getting tickets?
Well, both sides. Let me clear this up. Sorry. first of all, putting this event together, what is the biggest hurdle for folks?
People.
People.
Drum
I
roll,
can tell.
please. No.
It's just really like this building those relationships and then yeah, relying on people and not managing them. I don't want Dean to get mad at me. But understanding where people stand and how we can work with them. And when you run an event, you want people to be happy and excited. So you always
Yes.
need to find ways to keep them happy. And today is Dean and I, but there's, like I said, we've got 20 pre-screeners, we've got 4+1, it's four of us. We've got a lot of people behind us, all of the judges. How do we
Yeah.
keep all of these people not only excited, but really engaged and yeah, have fun doing it?
Yeah,
'Cause it's
I would
job.
say, I would think, not necessarily a challenge, but more so a commitment and desire for us to make sure that the people that we have that started with us, we show them that we value them very much, because it wouldn't, without them, we wouldn't have been able to have gotten where we've gotten. But also, as we grow, making sure that we find the right partners, volunteers, submissions of films, for example, because every year we grow, we want to grow in a positive direction. So we're not, because we have many wonderful partners, and Mark can tell you about them a little later on. But just because somebody wants to be involved doesn't necessarily mean they're the right fit for our organizations. No offense, but all money all money isn't good money, so to speak. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
unless you want to give that 120 American to me, I'm fine with that completely.
Okay, I'll get your PayPal afterwards, and we'll talk about that.
No, I'll come
off air.
down. Where are you at? Where are you actually?
Philadelphia.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe PayPal would be better.
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
It might work out. Saves the travel and the crossing the border and all that stuff. But since you just mentioned it, Dean, Mark, what about the partners? What can you tell us on that front?
Yeah, when you run an event, and I'm listening to talk a bit more like on a business talk, but when you run an event, it costs money, so you need to find ways to somewhat get that money back, so you don't lose too much. So of course, selling tickets is one thing, but as I said, our values is to make it accessible for everyone. So
Yes.
the other stream of revenue is working with partners. And this year, we're very happy to be working with Lucid Motors. I'm sure you heard
Lucid.
Very luxurious electric cars. I had a chance to drive one. They're just absolutely amazing.
Actually, so did I, because Mark put me in a movie for for Lucid and a casino thing. And so thank you, Mark.
My pleasure. It's got massage seats. It's great. So these guys are on board with us. We also got a really one of the biggest hotel in Vancouver that's supporting us, and the Actors Union in BC.
Yes, my union, the UBCP, Union of British Columbia Performers, are partnered with us, and I'm just extremely happy to have them as my partner. I've been with that union for over 24 years, so very happy to have them.
So yeah,
Right on.
all guys working with them. We get to bring this event together.
Can you mention some of the other partners?
Yeah, of course. I mean, everything is listed online, but we're working with an amazing publicist as well, Leslie Diana.
Yeah, Leslie Diana. Yeah, she is fantastic. You actually know her, right, John?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can say she does bribe me. No, I'm kidding, Leslie. I'm sorry. No, Leslie's great. Yeah, no.
Leslie is fantastic. Leslie, for the promotion people is her company. Leslie Diana at Promotion People.
Yeah. I'll put a link to her site as well so people are aware.
Definitely.
And like I said, when you run an event, it costs money. Everything costs money. You want to print something, it costs money. So I'm very, very happy with the partners we got, even from Steel Creek Print. We'll do our photo wall, Destination Vancouver, which is the tourism office in Vancouver. Vancouver Acting School, Cineworks, probably forget some in the tight lines. We're going to be doing all of our videos. Yeah, it's a lot of work. That's what I'm saying. When you run an event, it's really all about managing people and get them excited about what we're doing.
And finding the right people to work with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, with all this being said, I will tell everybody to go visit HollywoodNorthFilmFestival.com, where you can also get your tickets, get all specifics, and just
and watch the
anything
movies.
you want to need. Yeah, everything you need to know will be on that website. So, Dean, Mark, thank you very much. Mark, safe travels. I know you're coming internationally to come back in for the event. So, best of luck with everything, guys.
Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Really happy to have us on your show.
Hey there, Friday fans. We know how much you enjoy the movies. Enjoy grabbing your Friday merchandise and interacting with the Friday family, whether it be at conventions or during our particular watch-alongs. Well, when you're looking to get yourself masks, why not check out our friends over at Camp Blood Customs out of New York State and order your specific custom mask from any of the films. All orders are made specifically. Your needs and wants are. Make sure you find Camp Blood Customs on Facebook, Instagram, and all over social media and order yours today.
I'm Mark, and you're on Crazy Train Radio, one of the organizers for the Hollywood North International Film Festival. Thanks, Jonathan, for having us.